page 7 of the prayer book, please. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings. To you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies, forms supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior, having great compassion, a founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash, a lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heap, curd like cloud, O Lobsang Drakpa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples, in space ahead on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight, pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine, as that supreme merit filled for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned mundane concerns, made life essential. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine. Make venerable Lobsang Drakpa's essential teachings specially shine forever. Mikmet Sewe Te Chen Chen Rezig Dream Kempe Wang Po Jam Pel Yang Du Pung Malu Jom Se Sang Wei Dak Gong Chen Kepe Sugen Tsongkhapa Lobsang Drape Jabla Sowadep. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Then through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the 5 aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra, the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra, the perfection of wisdom, is proclaimed, Tayata gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Akasamarasa. Tayata on gate gate paragate parasongate bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kurie soha. 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji Perki Jun Shin Meta Tram Ri Rabling Ji Ni De Gem Padi Sangye Jing Du Metewa Gidre Konam Dag Jing La Cho Parsho Jesu Lama Dam Pagenam Ki Kala Yen Setrindrine Jitar Sampe Dulce Ma Laza Gecheki Japawatu So Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kam Niryatayami Jamda Songi Jamna La Jaju Pardu Gamdi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonam Ki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho Chongde Songi Chomnala Jangchub Pardu Dagdi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonamki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho Chongde Songi Chomnala Jangchub Pardu Dagi Kepsuchi Dagi Chonyen Gepe Sonamki Drola Penchir Sange Drupa Sho.
Good morning. How are you guys? Good? It's very fresh air. Usually in the morning everyone's very fresh, right? I heard the people on Monday not very happy. It's true? Or Friday they're more happy. It's true? Usually they said that, right? Anyway, it's good, it's fun. You know, when the summer is coming, everyone feel happy. The human beings and the animals, all the beings, right? Because whatever they, summer's more warm, even though they are worms, they can also get food, they're allowed, they can go out. The birds can get also food. Then the farmers, they got the field. The nomads also get the, more milk. They trees keep bird the baby, youngs, baby, boy, kids. Then also they get. Anyway, everyone gets things for the summer. Everyone more happy, also more work. But we are here, like who works office, maybe they're not much different. Summer, winter, fall, doesn't matter. You have to always same place, right? Okay. Anyway, one hand we should rejoice our life. We're able to walk. We have something to work, some job. Some countries also not able to give job people. There are no things to do. They just homeless, whole family. We are not that. And also, we have food for eat for food. It's making choice all the time, right? You have choice, or whatever you find you eat. No, right? If we go cook, we choose what we're going to cook or eat it. If you go to restaurant, you always choose different restaurant. Okay, it's better here better, or not that better. Always choice. Do you guys also choose for the cost? Which one's more cheap, which one's more expensive? Or you just looking for quality of food, or you looking for the cost? Both? Both, right? Yeah. Therefore, we need to really simple food, delicious, good quality, sometimes it's hard. Delicious food is McDonald's, very delicious, but very unhealthy, right? Then the Western restaurants, healthy that, very expensive. I think good to be Chinese restaurant, India restaurant, Nepal restaurant, they're more good for us. Not too expensive, The food's also good. Okay. If you don't see the kitchen, it's okay. You know, in India we call porota. They want bread. It's very delicious, especially South India. And then right now everyone take pictures everywhere. You know, bread. The person who make the porota, they make the dough on the feet. They're walking in the big door. Huge big door. They cannot do hand, right? Without any, something to wear that your feet, not just walking, just then they make bread very delicious. Then they tie nice plate, come on, everyone just eat. Right? And we don't see things that we eat, it's okay. If you see things, then you feel, oh, it's bad, then we feel bad. Anyway, it's wonderful. I don't want to set up good motivation to benefit all Mother Seventeen beings. I'm going to, to study, visualization or meditation for the meaning of the first refuge bodhicitta. Maybe a couple minutes to first, maybe 2 minutes to remember the refuge, then maybe a few minutes think about bodhicitta, the first, in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, I take refuge into enlighten. The first 2 verses talk about the refuge, the second verses talk about the bodhicitta. Therefore, refuge and bodhicitta is most important part of Buddhism, study. Therefore, everyone knows the meaning of the refuge. Everyone knows the meaning of the bodhicitta. Therefore, couple minutes to think about for refuge and bodhicitta. This is a minute. Also, before that thought, visualization in front of you, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they're smelling peace. It's not like some pictures, the statues, not like that. A real, like a living Buddha. And then from there, you are very happy. You also like voluntary, you stay like that meditation, not someone forced. Around there also, back, behind, front, 2 sides, also all Mother Seventeen beings with you, same wishes. Then think about the meaning of the refuge in bodhicitta. Okay? Okay, this will be called, set up the motivation. When you meditation, when you say, you look in your own nose, to better call, make nothing up. You guys see your nose? Usually Chinese and Tibetan is very hard to. The flat nose. But the West is easy, they have big nose. They can see very easily. And also if you meditate a little long term, you need to back also very strict. Then also not tight your 2 arms, your body. Because when you go through that, then also you not fall asleep. Because the purpose you need to very, how you say, your back was very, I call it, straight. Because all the winds, channels go through very easily. Otherwise you stay like that. There are many different winds. Then, because sometimes we close eyes, very easy to fall asleep. Therefore, not close complete. If you're looking at that, also your mind go to whatever you see your eye, very easy to our mind go follow that. Even you try to not, but something you see, your mind go that way. Therefore, not looking like that. This is the how to meditation. Basically, this kind also with someone do meditation long time. For us, if they say, you put mouth just not open, just a little bit close, the tongue touch above the mouth. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Palate. Or palate. For the touch and that, you are then the what emotional form. Saliva will not come out. It means maybe long time, maybe a couple minutes, just like that, right? Therefore, this is a Tibetan called Li Nam Nagi Chudden. It's 7 positions how you do meditation. Okay? This is how you put your body positions. Then there's first it's good to you bring your own mind with your body to breathing meditation. You can do 9 times, you can do 21 times. Even sometimes you have not much time, you don't have to do it, and you just breathing meditation. Try to teach your mind a little bit to calm down. The sense your mind calm down, then also it's good for meditation for 4 Tabanjashi. For mindfulness. I think the 4 mindfulness is very popular for everyone, right? Everyone knows. But maybe a little bit different about Buddhism, but it's good. Mindfulness, your own mind, your own body, your feeling, and the whole phenomena. Therefore, like Theravada tradition, also they're very serious that way. They teach for, force you, keep your mind with your body from your head to slowly go through on the toast. Then again you come back like they told a couple times. With then also try to really relax your body, relax your mind. And then after you're done, then you try to take your own mind. What I'm thinking, what I'm going, what I'm thinking. Sometimes, when you are very emotion or your mind's very distraught, you cannot control yourself. Not try to control. Just looking, okay, now I'm angry. Just remember, when you are not looking for why I'm angry, also this makes you destroy your mind. Just looking for, oh no, I'm angry, I'm very happy. like watch. If we're looking for some mouse or some bird walking around, we're just looking, right? We're not trying to catch. We're not trying to them to run away, but we're just looking. Okay, I'm thinking, oh, so beautiful, something we very interested. People really watch, just looking at what they're going, to the, in the Boston, we look at the fish, so it's aquarium, yeah. You know the fish, the just, wow, look at that. Look there, we not try to chase them, we not try to catch them, that we just looking, wow, they're beautiful, wow, just how they walk. Like that, sometimes it's good to, like that kind of meditation is good for your mind, just be calm. We have like example that sometimes we got not happy. If you're looking for the reason of the unhappy, also doesn't work that time, because your mind more confused. Therefore, not looking, just try to what your mind doing, something like just looking, small window, just looking what they're doing. Okay, right now maybe we do a couple minutes there. Okay, then just not completely close your eyes, or you can, if you're not sleep, you can close eyes. It's okay. And then looking for your own thoughts right now, not yesterday, not this morning, not afternoon. Just thoughts right now. Not try to looking for some thoughts. Whatever your mind right now, just okay. Now I try to think your feeling, recognize, identify, or what feeling you have right now in the moment. Okay? How's your feeling? I feel very tired for sleep. Can you say that? Or different feeling, right? Like this kind. When your mind come like that, then you can, meditation, compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, good devotion, whatever, something. Or nature of the, all phenomena, samsara. You can analytic meditation, also concentration, either is fine. This is things, way the method of how you bring your own mind with you. Okay? Is your mind here right now? My mind's going to the outside, or the mom's talking. Okay? 진짜 다 이거 계산되는 말 쉬대 맞다. 당도 가war래 되잖아. 다 가상 셔타래 신의 파도 쫓아야 봤.
So we start from where we stopped last time. So where did we stop? We were dead, right? And then we went into the intermediate state.
아니.
Right?
Yeah.
Intermediate state. Pardo.
다 데리 다 간도 다 파도 다 된다 다 죽게고 다 간도 죽게고 여러.
So now from Pardo, intermediate state, you have to take a birth, right? To take a birth.
Yamna the Maripati was Lenodo, Casabalona. Chadalosan. Then they look Mambushudoya.
Teach it to you. Teach you on this. Should I mean
Teach was lost.
you're the Maribu Malibu?
Maripa Malawachi.
Alright, so it's in the outline 306, right? Outline number 306. Let's read that part. The way one is conceived and reborn. Take the case of being born from a womb. Conception occurs within the sperm and blood of parents. The part of being sees the father and mother sleeping together. Its anger, attachment, sees it, and it sees only the sex organs of the parents. Its anger kills it, and it is conceived into its next reincarnation. This completes the heading, thinking about the source of suffering, the entry into samsara, following Tsongkhapa's medium stage of the path, the swift path, the easy path. I shall now discuss this heading according to the 12 interdependent links, which are also discussed in Tsongkhapa's great stages of the path. The swift path, Lam-rims are not clear on this topic. I shall teach this according to its treatment. Manjushi's one words, giving little more than it is headings. The above brief version of the way to think about the entry to samsara, that is the source of suffering, is sufficient. People who, for example, have studied the classical debate texts, however, should think about this starting with the 12 interdependent links. This is the best thing for certain exception people. Pabonka Rinpoche told how one thinks of the kings of Buddha, explained the process of taking rebirth to the foreign king, Uttayana, by using a drawing of the wheel of life. Uttayana developed awareness of samsara, which also told us how Geshe Ngawang made a study of the 12 links and taught the small and medium scopes according to these links. So you should think further about the drawbacks and of the origin of suffering, the drawbacks of samsara by means of the 12 dependent links, in order to strengthen our awareness of samsara and so forth. The Buddha discussed these links when he taught the Rise Seedling Sutras, as he says, since it will occur because this has arisen, that will arise. Similarly, because of ignorance, the composition of factors. In other words, these are 12 dependent links as follows.
Okay. How's it? Something special there?
Interesting, that part. The first paragraph there.
Garza, tambo de galas.
Tambo de ngala shudandi.
Alele.
Pardo de ngala shudene pamagi tema matomolas. Until I kondo keji kondo de tenete pardo shidores. Cigarettes, pardo de sedo.
Shidores. Ya, ta ngazo nambe chedang ngazo kewala ta ketamaro shiore shi. Ngalche, gongche, tiche, doche se.
So there are 4 different types of birth, like birth from womb, from egg, from moisture, heat, moisture, and miraculous birth.
Ane ngazo mada tandro ma che da ngalche chade. Mada tandro ma che ngalche chayore.
So most of human beings and animals are born from womb.
Ane ta chay zo ya mambo gongche no gongche se.
And birds, most of the birds are born from egg.
Ane doche se de ta ngazo chi namshi ke tharanga tene ya daji ta semche mambo che yang gore.
So and then there's a birth from moisture or heat. So there are many animals, insects or animals, and they are born from the hot moisture or hot weather.
Tozo mambo yang ngazo nyese nyawa se lagdo. Teri tradition wa tene mambo yang gore.
So there are many beings, like it's called the neighboring hell beings, who are born like that.
Ane tendri ngache gongche doche kai jima ki ta chewala ngazo tiche la gore. Ta tozo yeda da, ane pardo wa da. ane latozo mambo te che usro.
Nyawapa chukro.
Nyawapa.
So and then so those who are not born, from a womb, egg, or heat, are born miraculously. So those are mostly beings like gods, the god realm beings, and also hungry ghosts, the hell realm beings. They're born miraculously.
Wa. Teta ta ngaraso sama ngajere ngaso ba mai ngane cheju chancharo wa.
So in our case, as a human beings, we are all born from womb, right?
근데 다 지금 다 가다가도 신의 발도 시치 신의 발도 다 발도는 다 가도 뒤다 말을 듣지 여러 다 뒤가 발도라 아니 다 제제 이 리와이나 샤보지 시작을 하되 말을 lap사인 봤.
And so, so last time we talked about how we die, and then we, are born in the intermediate state, and then in the middle state, the maximum lifespan of the intermediate state being, is 49 days. Right?
다 텐디 발도와데 발돈 참 되게 걸려야 다 소소 강 제자 님에 내가 뭐 소소 강 제자가 다 제네데 소소 미를 샤는 거다. 간에 셈 샤는 거서 봐.
So, the intermediate being who is wandering around after death, who is wandering around, through his own karma, it will come to see the place where he's going to be born from.
당가도 미라고 정이나 아니 미가 다 미가 제당다 미가 배는 로당라 배나 지도는 안 소소 될라잖아. 난 코도 냠도 반다 다 때문에고 온도 삼마다 코도 냠도 로도 온도 삼마다 네 그런다고 용 거에서 봐.
And so if one is going to be born as human being, in a case, right, in the case of someone going to be born as human being, will have all this, the tendency or interest, to do like a human being, and like, that's, oh, I want to meet with these people, I want to play with them, like that kind of feeling we'll get.
배나 단단가도 내려 배나 되네. 대인구 장가 보스턴 maybe beach logo or something you know beach 소소 남식 사장당 더 공부하는 데나 지워든지 나와지 연구서 나와들이 연구서 봐. 근데 나와들 때는 다 소소 강 계속 쇼더라 쇼대쇼라 봐. 뒤로서 봐.
And so just like we have us interest to do something, right? Interest to do something like say, okay, I want to go to Boston Park, or I want to go to the beach. You have that thought, and then led by that thought, then you will be driven towards that. First you have that thought, and then you make a plan, and then you will drive or walk, to that place. So just like that, so he will have, the intermediate being will also have that kind of wish, to be somewhere.
다 고텔에서 이제 다 뒤나네 고 제와래야 되나 보질래 제와래야기 아니 레사셔요 와이나 아니 이제 보가도 가서 버제와라나 버제와라나 간제 버도 받자지 간제 부모를 잡아지 온 거더라 고텔.
So if the person, again, depending on what kind of being, what kind of human being, like either male or female, is going to be born as, so he will see the parents there, and then if he's going to be born as a boy, then he will have attachment, towards the mother, and then aversion towards the father.
아니 부모 제와야나 아니 벌라자지 야 말바 타wan도 되는 것을 봤어.
And then the vice versa, if he's going to be born as a girl, and then he'll have attachment towards the father, and then he'll have aversion towards the mother.
다 든디 처럼 좀이고 다 뒤qabla 다 든디까지 파만이 간지 냠도 얘기 요반 통지 대야 소소 잡혀온 거 아니 대 차네 다까지 답답하니 다니 간라와 밤에 대마모도 시마모도 텔라 차네 아니 팀마도 쇼로 있어라.
And so then when he goes closer to them, then they only, like it says, it takes the sexual organs of the parents, and then because it is attached, to the female, and then you will have anger towards the male, and then that anger will kill, the intermediate being, so kill it from the intermediate state, and then it will take, move into the birth state.
그래요. 아니 든디도 다 코너가나 지진 타는 배나 간도 배나 똥같이 약같이 하는 배나 신다 로마타도 콘도 지진 간도 마마다 코너 지진이는 그 사람 냠도야 깨운도 된다고 있어라 왔을 때 이제 건지 더 강가 너무 것으로 수준.
So all these are causes and conditions together that has to come for someone to be born as some soul like that. So just like in the summertime we get all these plants and trees growing, right? When all the conditions and causes are together, then nothing can stop, it just comes. So it has to be same thing like that. So it has to have a cause and condition for one to be born as human being.
그리고 배나 당보 배나 파만 녀오지 동지. 근데 대지고 딱으로 코로나이 라네 아니다 밤에 다 세마다 만도 못 자. 근데 대라 아니 대가라 다 지기 한 밤에 다 가로 먼저 제도야. 거와도 용하셔다. 아니 지 대라야지. 다 mambojo ngaji tende kanji tende ji kabla ani ko tang namshi de shugon ko sarwa te susu kiwanga me susu le yo sa ga tende ji kansa chila
So you know, of course, depending on the person's karma, you know, that one is created, then one will be drawn towards those people, one's future parents, right? And then as they go closer, then one only sees the sexual organs, and then that anger, you know, towards the opposite, you know, will kill it, and then it will enter into the sperm, you know, and then. So, you know, depending on its karma, you know, so it will enter into somehow it will enter into the sperm and then enter into the womb.
당가도 미치었다 미치어셔다 문제가 제와들다 다 된지 미치와 다 된지 뭐데 코로나 제사 때문에 코로나양 손님 전부 제사 때 안비상 야보지 제가는 코로나 가요 그래서 나와
남시 쉬어든 파이 칸에 쉬어든 마이드 되려 더더라
다도 양 나서도 너다 같이 좀 뭐지라 간지 뒤값이 다 쉬는 거다 간지 간이 쉬겠나
So
간지 뒤값을 소소 내지 원게 간지 딴 납시도 쉬러 그러와 다 가와시고 쉬고 뭐지라.
So we don't have to go into details about how it enters. You know, I mean there is an explanation of that in the tantric context. We'd have to go through that, but anyway, so somehow it enters into the womb through that way, and then also if depending on what kind of parents, like you know, in terms of the wealth, like you know, if they are wealthy parents or poor parents, you know, that depending on that, the intermediate being will have a different kind of visions.
아니 드리기 다디 봐도와도 딱고 아무나 쉬다 때고 나한테 연결다. 아니 드리게 되면 아니 지금 딱 매장 조서나 다 드리 제와나 아니 소소라야 나와 나포도다. 아니 다치 님보면 드리 걸 소용 거더라.
So if one enters into a womb of a mother who is very poor, you know, poor like in terms of wealth, and it will have like a dark visions, you know, and will hear unpleasant sounds.
다 양지 무슨 여럽다 직다 드리게 양지 개와이나 아니야 소소 다야나 다야 본다고요 봐. 소소 나와라 지 야이가 나와도 나와야 뭐도 샤고서라.
And then if it's going to be born in a good family, like with good behaviors, right? Good manners, good behavior, and then good wealth, wealthy and good family, then it will also have a good visions, like a vision of a palace, celestial mansions, and also will hear very pleasant sounds.
아니 다 들려야 아니 너는 뭐 따따 뭐 지금 매번 들려가지 된다래를 소다 간에 용어에 와서 차선 배상 요시.
And also there is this process, of the how the consciousness enters into the womb, into the fetus, and then how the fetus develops, right? At first it's just like a milky, then it becomes a little bit hard like a curd, and then becomes more hard and like that, and then it forms the body, and then from that, I mean like the solid thing like that, and then from there, it pops out, all the like arms and legs and all this. There's a detailed explanation about that also.
아니 된다 숨지 subject 나다 아니 된다 지도인데 말아 된다 가다 되로 subject 살아 봐 된다 숨지 subject 나라 아니 양아도 차상 된다 그랬어 나도 연락 차상 가가.
So in 37 weeks? How many weeks is that?
8 weeks.
Months.
된다 숨지 subject 나라야 양아도 차상 된다 그랬어.
So within 37, 38 in a week, all the limbs will be out, will be formed already.
아니 다 된다지 쉐글라 아니 다 차상 돈에 다 맞게 그랬어.
And then in 49 months, 49 weeks, then the baby will come out, in 49 weeks. We'll have all the complete, limbs, and then will come out of the womb.
배나자만 나 subject 갑라야 연락 차다 된 받지. 다 집지 쉐비 갑라야 근데 맞게 그랬어.
십시.
그랬어. 다 판고야나 아니 주시는 거 그랬어.
So by 38 week, all the limbs will be formed already, but by 44 week, it is ready to come out. So it may come out at that time. It's ready to come out, and then by 49 week, it will definitely come out.
어때다 아니 시당 다와 추 되고 갑라야 시당 연락 가르고 도용 거 들어갔다. 도바데 다와 제가 정도 그랬어.
So like within 7 months, all the limbs will be completed, all the limbs will be formed completely, but when it comes out, it will be like in the 8th or 9th months. So 38 week is how many months?
9.5 months.
Huh? 38 week?
30 how many months?
9 months? 38 is 9 months?
If you use roughly 9 times 4, it's 36.
Yeah.
And then teacher.
some sort of the dog which had.
Oh,
So 44 week is not 44 week or 49 week is not.
52 weeks in a year.
how many?
52 weeks in a year. 52.
And then Pesha then Dawa Bana the Tossum Subjela, the Yellow Channel to Tata Chandra. Then any the Toshigila, my jaggerist, the Lapsha stuff, Tata in Michigan. I'm going to go Dawa Gado Shapuchu, my jagger was.
So usually it says 9 months and 10 days, right? That's the general, but of course there could be a little bit later or a little bit earlier than that. But in the text it says like within 38 months and 38 weeks, it will all be formed, and then after that, in like 4 weeks after that, we'll come out of the womb. So,
I mean, Nali Kabla, Counter the Taumbo Paget, Umbo Karing and Chile or Karikile Yungo, Karika Yungo, then just I want to say.
So in that text, Abhidhamma Kosha, it explains all very clearly, in the process of the baby forming in the womb, what comes first and which limb forms first, and how long it takes and when it comes out of the womb. All these are explained very clearly in detail in that text.
Okay, Tanangela did and then another patient not they Jerusalem and those, and the Lam-rim Chimney that Jedu.
So in this text, in the liberation in the palm of your hand, is not very detailed, right? So maybe the Lam-rim, the extensive Lam-rim by Lama Tsongkhapa has more explanation on that.
The tongue also Tisan 3 people and Nal Jutanda, Peshana Jutani, Choling Dodges, consideration.
And so the way it is conceived in the womb, is it the way it is explained by science and by the text? Is it same or different?
But then 3 people now she did. Huh? That 3 people now she got issue.
So, according to the science, when does the consciousness enters into the womb?
That's no one really knows that. That's up for debate.
남시 거래요 killing. 남시 요거 killing 말하고. So science don't even believe there is a consciousness before the body, right? It's the body, the brain is the part of is the consciousness, right, for them. So the brain is developed in the body, with the body, right? So there's nothing else coming from outside, it's just developed inside there.
And Lebat Kadishun Rosana, they will lie about Okay,
yeah, so you can't compare with the science here, right, in this process.
Tachena Tanda says Makashi Bena Susu Gyawang Hamega Chendavada, Tende, Rante the Europe, Legdos, Makashi, Machawanga, Mingi Milande, Army Milande, Power Mingadu Kambana, Kambana Chandra, the Tizam Makashi Rancho Euros.
Did the science get killing somebody?
Then Tongo.
So nowadays, people who claim that they remember their past life, right? So I was so and so in my previous life, and I lived in this house. I had a parent, and I had a wife, I had children, and they show that, right? So nowadays you have seen it, very obvious. People have proven that. So what does the science think about that?
They can't believe
I don't believe it.
They don't believe it.
but they didn't toy medicine when the Jessindo in the Mojilata, Motiro, that Molaya, the Tadarim, the Saja Trini, Muning Mutuyo, Saja Tuyo, Geshe Kangarantavina, that they never was.
Yeah. So if like Jesse comes and says, "Oh, I remember my past life, and I had children, and my children are named this and this, and they live in this place," and if she takes the scientist, to that place, and then everything seems to be right, then what will science think?
They'll be in shock.
Mama Shida Tananga to let Chino Yoruba, Chino Konyo.
So, but have you heard of such cases?
There's a scientist in the University of Virginia who actually did do a lot of research on reincarnation. He wasn't widely accepted.
Oh,
Recarnation,
Had a lot of proof, but others didn't believe him.
yeah. But recarnation, we say, okay, that may be difficult, right? Then I do Nambe Naji and the Kalir was. Tanda Naji, me too, Jinguna Ranti Shores. Tell her, teach you what the Yoruba, the says in the case, the magician, then the young was. Then the Yoruba, you know how good you are. I don't know Yoruba.
so this person he has came across with somebody who can remember their past life.
Yeah, it was a researcher who did a lot in a lot of different communities, and children who could remember.
Yeah, like that
Oh,
one.
okay.
Then you ran to a Chamorva.
중얼서. 군저 중얼 되나 데 체니 제대로 킬링 말. 가지 고들에 제대로 자 탑시 제어했어. 나 사이드스 체니 거랑 킬링 거 말스티.
제 다다 캠을도 될 랭카지 가다. 다데 가르에서는 군대 랭카지 가다.
So what do they say?
You know the answers.
What do the science say?
Some demon go inside that.
The other scientists usually question the methods and wonder, oh, you're making assumptions. Yeah, it's not accepted by the majority.
군저 킬링 거 말스. 군저 딜라 되었던 거였어.
제도 저보다 뭐.
더봤던 거였어. 더봤어 거였어.
Yeah, that's correct.
저런 다가 소용 그랬대. 저런 다가 소샹. 근데 뭐는 인게 말했어. Then like girls.
This is true. Yeah, you can say that, but in the time me that and the science been and then go taje jim chacha pa je kundu ran thagero. Ta te meeting geje she susun saja chana pushina kaje ran thwa de kaje tel adu sam tang ga shungro bas.
So if the science, they do really see that, not the person who's doing the research, but the other group of people who believe in the science, if they see that, what will they think? Will they accept that? If they themselves, see that somebody say, okay, I remember us, and this is what I was, and this is what I had, and if he or she showed everything exactly, like he said, from the past life, then will they believe that?
I mean, it's already been done, right?
Yeah. Still research. Anyway, maybe one day ta tananga chawa shemba chire. Bena ta nganzo nambe pesha na ka tena bena ta pukaji pugme pumukaji pugme den dos. Ya kaji chawa chimi ni kunyam pugma ching dre chawa shemba chima ni pugme de leg dos. Nganzo tela yan dan de shaka jagi wores.
So then also there are cases like what do you call that? A man who cannot give birth, make a child, a woman who cannot make a child. What do you call that? Like a barren, like some guys and some people, they don't have that in their sperm or in their gene or something, right? And then also some women like that. They, no matter, even if the guy has everything perfect from his side, but the women, because of not having that, they couldn't have children, right? And then or women have everything, but the guy, the man doesn't have, and therefore they couldn't have children. Or even they both have everything perfect, then they still cannot have children. So how do science explain that?
Anyway, today na nganzo bena ta chitang tela nganzo pewe pesha na la yor ta ti yin ma ko mero kantar bena nganzo lo nyeshe marwe pala ya nganzo tema zon jodo yores. Tene da nganzo gelong do bena lo nyeshe ngala tup cho mares. Tende bena karo tema jesung je bayina kanje naloki ta kanje pomo ta ta re ma ani ko cholo ta chibayina nalo re ma ko pige de ngoma ros.
So in Buddhism, there's an explanation about that. There's like a cases, where your genitals, your sexual organ can change. Like someone who's born as a boy can become a girl, like before 20 years, before the age of 20 years and old, it's possible, to change. And or someone who's born as a girl, can become a boy, change the genital, of a male. And, not by doing the surgery, but naturally, by itself, without the surgery. And so that's the reason why in Buddhism, like someone who wants to become a fully ordained monk has to wait until age of 20, and before that, he or she is not allowed to be a fully ordained monk or nun. And
Teacher ko bena pecha chawa na. I don't know who can explain. Bena devran ro bana.
Let's say, who should I take example? Someone who will not mind.
그래서 다 단다 뭐다 범액 수차대로 수보도 범액 수차대로 실록대 속다 강하러 이나 된리게 빼나 엄마 추주가 보이게 테마 반제 송게나 아니 나로데 가지 제 차선 부모가 상거 말이
So, like say for example, Deborah, so, born as a boy, right? Born as a boy, and then later, before she turned, 20, then like maybe 5, 10, or 10 to 15 years old, she became, she became a girl. Her sexual organ changed, to a girl. And now, the inside, like everything, like inside, the system of the body also has to change. So that takes time, or that doesn't happen all sometimes. So because of that, so even though her, she's a female now, but because of, because the inside has not become completely female, therefore she can't, also conceive a baby like that.
근데 이거 다 대양 셈바지고 빼나 다 포자도 못하니 양가도 짱쳐야 빼나 대 멤버라 그래서 빼나 포도 부모님가 짜 집어이나 제가 말했어요. 근데 상승 자세도 근데 딸이 냠들나야 보게 말했어요.
And so also there is an definition in Buddhism and as well as in the Buddhism in Tibetan medicine, that talks about the channels, the nerve system in the body, and so there's like a male nerve system, female nerve system. So if they are same nerve system, they will not be able to. If the husband and wife have the same kind of nerve system, and then they will not, be able to conceive a baby.
간제들이 보고 맞게서 간제 보고 맞게 이제 간제 시행이다 돼 하고 막 디칼라야 다 힘반 대쇼치치만 보고 맞게 쇼치치 다 쇼니니 파만이게 제다 다 지가래 깨쳐 따다 힘바지 보고 맞게 돌아 양 군이 빨라 다 심진 심박이 보고 돼 그리고 제가 레벨에서
And then of course this is because of the physical problems, right? But if they both have everything, all the physically, all the both parents are good, then they why they are still not having baby? So then person that they're going to be conceived by them, it doesn't have karmic connection with them.
단대 가서 버더와 있는 통소 버더원 통소 거기 통고에다 콜피게 레사면은 거기는 주도고 말.
So just like that, the intermediate state being can see the parents, right? They're there, so they're there, but because of not having karmic connection with them, he couldn't enter into them.
어떤 가서 남배 치고 남배 단대 시작다 지금 라브로 어제 되네 그래.
So this is just like a rough explanation, according to Buddhism, of how beings conceive.
Yes.
Well, I just questioned the explanation about external organs, external central organs changing, because there's no, there's no talks that are happening. So if that was observed, it would be in the medical literature, but it's not like, I've never heard of it. Maybe a rare case, but certainly not as a cause of
다
infertility.
등산도 데는 잘 가보라. 세만 줘야 돼.
대폭 추주가 되는 제로 요새도 추주가 전부 들은 건데 가도 이제 저 빠지 간주 깔로도 고야 돼 고여서
정말 당 등산 데는 차바에는 믿어서 되는 멤버들 하고 오라.
제다
맹간도 하고 오라.
그것도 하고 그러와
등산도 이거 말했다.
되네야나
여배 단데 제한 그것도 직단
직대야 되면도
그때 게임도 써.
얘나 가지 좋은 야한테 자르고 들어와 이제 오자 되네 요새 돼 딱까지 빼셔나도 소다 가지 이 하고 매
난 가면 되는 총을 걸어.
다 종요인이라고 하다 가지 빼셔는 산지 좀 내때까지
So like you said, you have a record, if there's such a thing happened, right? Like the change can take place anytime, from the time it was conceived, till like 20 years of age. It can happen. That's what it's saying. But there's of course, at this present time, there's no record of that. If there was, you will have a record. Nowadays, like with all this, technologies, you easily have that, right? So now you can even tell, while the child is in the womb, whether it's a boy or girl. And then have you found any record, anybody mentioned that, oh, it was found as a boy, but then later it changed into a girl, inside the womb? No?
This is different than people that are born with both kinds, or they have, I think they call them hermaphrodites.
예 대오열 대오 대가가래 돼요
Yeah, that's a case like that too, but that's different, yes.
But
Yeah.
I've never heard of any sexual organs changing at all.
어때 가서 빼셔나 요다 땡
So it could happen in the womb also, like from the time it was conceived. Bob, did you say something?
Oh, I was just going to mention.
Oh, so yes, okay.
Yeah. Any other? Yes.
I was just gonna say, His Holiness, didn't he reject now the idea of Mount Meru?
That's what purpose?
So like, isn't this one part that we can kind of say, I guess, it's just not.
No, that's not correct.
So how is this even possible?
It's possible when the book has a malata, when a Pamanila joint chun mewachi, Tata in the book has a malata. Tell
So if they have the karmic connection, right? The child has a child that's to be born with them. They have a child karmic connection, and and then they have all other things. But then why they're not why they are not born like that? So there's anyway. So these are all reasons why. What prevents them from becoming parents?
I'm referring to the organs changing.
Yeah. So because the organs change, therefore, if the mother, if it's if the wife, was a boy before and then she became a lady later, then her system will not be all same as a girl, and then she's missing something inside her body to conceive the child.
저는 가서 레시자를 뺀다. 북까지 북까지 뽑으면도 먹으면도 범목까지 뽑으면 때 가르치는 거 말이야. 가서 레시 있다고 하다.
So they're saying there's a question always, right, as to why he's they're not able to become a parent, why he's not able to become a father, why she's not able to become mother. Yeah. So these are like all this. You have to find an answer for that.
Yes.
Has anybody's organs ever changed? Do we have ever any recording of this ever happening in history?
제자단에 대브라라는 지금 막 고만요스. 이나 간지 다 산지 좀 된데 그 빼잖아. 손이래. 결혼사 손이랬어.
So, like
I think also
Deborah already
Labas
mentioned earlier, there is no record, no such record. So I haven't heard any, either. But Buddha has said that in the text, and that's the reason why I mentioned earlier that someone who wants to become a fully ordained monk has to wait until he's 20 years old.
되게 나는데 단다 단로 그래.
So the reason why he has to wait until 10 years is because he could change before that.
Which text did he say this in?
된다 원어야 된다 원어야.
In the Vinaya text.
Yes.
So, you mentioned that there's an external change and there's an internal change. Is it possible that the internal change happened, but the external has not?
That would be fully, I can see that.
당아도 치 체마 줘야죠. 난게 양직 줄고 거라. 단 난데 줄어 봐체 치 맞으나 치도 다 돼 봐체. 포포레 봐체. 뭐뭐레 봐체. 얘는 난데 줄어야나.
심하게 같이.
치 맞어 봐체.
다 간지 된데 간지 찍다 찍저 먼저 간지 요라 용 거다.
Yeah, that's possible too. So that's the problem could be because of something like that, something changing inside or something changing outside.
간지 된데 쪼지 쉬네 다 간지 용 거만 나니 다는 트리그긴다 마인 라고 손도 될 거야. 그저 내 거랑 돌을 못 붙여서. 네가 군이고 콘솔을 저한테 상왔어. 아니 파만 얘기 될 좀 매wat지. 아니 보고 자가 용 거를 받아 나가는 고도 차와요 말했어. 아니 군도 다 땡가도 상도 당사 지요래서. 당도 당사대 당가도 가나 다 될 렌데기. 답도 매랬어. 송가 렌데에서도 간지 다 드리면 개랑 말어.
Yeah, so because of some defects, right? So either inside or outside or somewhere, karmic connection or something. Because of that, the parents are not able to have a child. So the substance of the father is all good, the substance of the mother is all good, but still they are not able to, have a child. Why is that? So there was a conference, the Life and Science in the conference with His Holiness Dalai Lama. So His Holiness asked this question, to the scientists. So then they didn't have answer. They said, no idea why. So then that's where Buddhism, come with the karmic connection.
다 단단 가서 배 남벨을 가서 두듬 대사이도 두듬 대사이도 다때는 세리비단다 좀 고라게 말했어. 땡가서 대사 무슨 또 남시 사옥 배나 그러는데 급주도 와인데 가서 또 와라 밑촌에 야든지 있음도 왔고 돌로나 룩샤든 정확하게 말했어. 수분 여완도가 맞네. 요거 요리다.
So also like, somebody sitting in a meditation, after they passed away, sitting in meditation for a long time. Scientists couldn't understand that either. So even in like a very hot climate or weather, someone who have died and sit in meditation for weeks, without any decays in their body, no bad smells, nothing. So it's just like a fresh, a live person, but they're not breathing. They're dead. Scientifically, they are dead. But they're still alive. So they couldn't even answer to that. Understand why. The doctor has already signed saying that he's dead.
다 콜라야 간제 수번 이원 저거 뭐 주먹하고 뭐 시당 수번 정부 쳐야 된다. 라고 쳐야나?
The body is cold though. It's cold, right? So like when person is dead, the body becomes cold, right? So it's just like that, the cold body, but there's no odors, no smells, and no decays. It's just fresh.
세다 가도 그밑 정선다 꼭 샬롬 받잖아. 샬롬 받지 사원하시는 님은 이거 좀 가요 그러.
So if he's dead person, really dead, then it will be like his body, his flesh will be just like the meat we buy in the supermarket. Right? If you don't keep it in the freezer, for 2 days it will all rot. Right? It's just like that.
디갈랑 가도 우교 갈랑 가도 오고도 가고 겁나 간가 숨대로 왔어. 다시는 그 숨도 말아. 네 길로 도양 그러지.
And then like when we have a breath, the wind in our body, that holds, all the controls, all the holes, right? The lower holes, upper holes, everything, right? And that's what it's holding, right? If there is nothing to hold that, then it will all open, close, open, loose, then everything will come out.
야 계다들이 옆에 시당 가도 수문을 그 맞게 제 말와. 가도 밑 다른 가도 이거는 나고는 차 거면도 다밑 좋다나 남신 로트들라 나고는 차 도용 그러지. 대가도 밑에 다 동서에 다시래.
So like I mentioned before that the blood will come out of your nostril when person have died and left them consciousness, right? So that's a sign that person has really died.
시당 지나 그 수문을 만세면 그 간을려줘. 차도 가원이 그랬어.
So then also like where did that blood come from? Right? There's no wound, nothing inside the body. The body is all intact, but still there's bleeding. Where did that come? Where did the bleeding come from? Somebody punched him.
가들 다 대가도 가도 냠리 쳐야 되거든요. 다 대고 가서 가로 설모다 로직 설모다 이래요.
So yeah, this is something that we have to find the logic, to prove that, right? What's happening in our body.
그래서 난 다른 세리바사에 되기 싫다. 세리바 누가 라기마다. 세리바사에 그 빠르잖아. 그 빠르자마자 그도 걔네가 말았어.
So the scientists, they are in that sense, kind of limited. Not saying they're bad, but if you don't have a solid proof, they will not accept that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just like the organ change day. I know it sounds far-fetched, but when it's not recorded or not proven yet, doesn't mean it hasn't existed, right? If no one has focused or looked at that area, they are not looking for it. So maybe it has existed, but no one researched it or no one paid attention.
Yeah.
So just because it's not in our modern history, it's not recorded, doesn't mean it's not there.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, this is correct. Now if people can more kind of can get interested in how many weeks they can see boy or grow?
In how many weeks can you identify the?
4 months.
They can do it actually really early now because of blood tests and DNA.
Oh.
They can tell within
근데
as soon as it's conceived, they can tell.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
제가 근데 감내 살면다나 당보 그 보다 당보 보면 당보 보면 번제 요 시바래 가지고 당가서 빼잖아 요 아주 당보 가지고 뭐든 게서 얻은 것도 지지도 그러고 말이.
Yeah, so like just mentioned, and also like because of that, it's possible that it can change. Boy can change to girl can, even within that time, right, in the womb. Soon after it's conceived, it can change. But we don't have records, so nobody can say who did it happen with, and when did it happen. We don't have record of that.
근데 다 늦어 오면 레바스를 뺀다. 가도다 미도 미카시 시다들 보인다 발레 수수가 초월라 본부 초월이. 부모까지 시다들 보면 돼야나 수수 초월라야 아니 부 초월이나. 더 가지나 가지 다 가지고 전혀 말고 잡로도 진진지 고용거 줘 봐.
So just like some men acts like a woman. They feel like even though they're men, but their feelings, like their expressions, their feelings are like a woman. And then there are also some women, who are women from outside, but their feelings, they're more like a tomboy, it's very aggressive and strong and like that. So they show the male feeling, male appearance or male feeling. So there's some thing behind that to make them like that. It's not just happening by itself. There's a cause and condition for them for this to happen like that.
제가 드소지나 단대 되게 그 실로그 세만 절마지 되던 데와 연하면으로.
So it could be also related, with that sexual change, or sexual organ change, or maybe not. Maybe there's some other things that's causing them to be like that.
근데 다 등소 간지 좀 설문다에 다 간지 빼자다 나도 전화를 주고라 빼 나도 주당도 빼 제고에 있는다. 파 대선도 꼭 집어지면 오는 거로 봤어.
So yeah, so these are something to think about, and also there's a very detailed explanation about this again. Like I mentioned earlier about how the consciousness conceived, enters into the womb. In the Tantra, it explains in more details. But when you search in it, all comes to the same thing.
Terrible choice, terrible choice. The Pameg did Mevayana, Cardinal Subodia, Tamochito Maris. Takozo, Pame Denyam to Chevalatene, any Garota, Lebaya, Koto Chevala. That day Mevayana, they Cheval in Jim Pameg did go. Pame Zemana take Caragini, no Tomarna. Ko Jim, Jimano, Deji, Shemba Godo.
So the scientist mentions that there has to be a substance from the father and a substance from the mother. So there's the both substance from the father and mother has to come together for the child to be conceived or to be born, right? And so but they can also say that there's still birth, possible, conception and birth possible without the substance from parents also, right? So how does that happen?
Sha Karo, Sha Gan Rupa, Kuwas the Pike on your goddess. And Papa Sha Trust in the Master goddess. And the Joe come to the Visha says you. Then Peter Kangan Martin understand the Jagachik Jagres. The Tiga Pena, Paisho, Kotigi.
Kada Pada might Zemena, then a Puka Yamar.
The Padma doing Chamber. These are young Padma Jay, Suzuya, and Delkaka Jagres. Pena Paisetiga, and the Ganda, Padan, Kochi Jagres. Ametiga, and the Chadan, and the Karo Chadan, and Papa that's your some Jagres.
And so without the parents, substance from the parents, that's not possible for the baby to be born from them, right? So they have to have that the substance. And so we talk about also like 6 elements in our body. This is the bone, marrow, and what's it? Gangche, Gangche, Rupache, Core. Okay, so the sperm, rather fluid, right? So 3 come from the father's substances, and then the blood, skin, and flesh, I think comes from the mother's substance. So you have to have all these things, to have all this complete body.
Pasane Chile, Amasa Chile, they turn to the town of the Chudra, and Amada Palu Puitian was. That they didn't know the Kawashi is. That they Pinangana did Karo. That Namjungas on Dele, Tata looked Karo. That they
Another thing, lady has a pie connection in mind, did go, did that the Gata
Cheda. That they call Chagin, not the Tata Koya on Yagmas. Then they don't like a chair.
And there's also this explanation in Buddhism about, especially like I was talking to Geshe earlier about in the Tantra, it talks about how the unconsciousness enters, right? So it goes through the father's mouth, goes into the sperm and the father, and then comes out, it ejects, through the father's genital, and then goes into mother's genital and into the womb like that. So the consciousness goes through like that, And then now there is another question about that. It's like nowadays you have what called that, tube baby?
In vitro fertilization.
Huh?
In vitro fertilization.
Fertilization like that, right? So you bring the substance from the father, bring the substance from mother, mix them together, fertilize them, right? And then inject them into the mother. And then how does the consciousness enters into that? So then all this explanation here also proves wrong, right? So he doesn't even see the father and mother sleeping together, doesn't come, closer to their the sexual organs, and doesn't have that process of getting angry and dying and all these things. That doesn't happen, right? But so how does that consciousness, how does the consciousness conceive into that?
Right? Yeah,
It's not a womb birth. The thing I'll give it is. It's injected into the womb, right? So, and then it develops in the womb, so it comes out from the womb, so it's a womb birth.
Yeah.
It's not a conception like a normal conception.
Yeah.
단단간도 라야데 시전에 식당은 로다 두드레서 있나 다 자샤자 찌는 입에 대 고르선나야 고마르 번나 단다대로
So this is in general, right? So this in general is like that, but every case has to be like that, not necessary. So there can be exception like this one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
There's a case I heard, I think last year, where there's 3 parents. So they needed material from 2 women and combine that together. Because the one woman had a problem and they were able to fix it somehow, like with gene splicing or something. And then so there are actually, so then there's actually a second woman who they needed to use some material from to create that conception.
개민이기 이제 님도 때는 된지 거죠. 그래서 개민질로 제 사람 마상 맞지. 아니 제 지도 개민질은 된 제신 하셔야 되는 신라 개민질네 되니 되다. 안티 되는 파이제 님도 되는 되는 보고서.
Yeah. 당가 좋아시 당가 I don't know why we don't talk this. I mean, social this is like interest, right? Pena therapy라나 부모나 부모들 부기째 가지 부모가 제로. 부기째 요에 저거 캔랭이 돼 봤어.
제여베. 제여베 잡아요.
제되게 부기째 더 잡아. 다 그런 개념도 매웠지. 이나야 간지 부모 그런 것도 좀 매웠지. 다 다음에 이제 보이나 배기 되달라야 간지 코로나 때나 맞아. 괜찮나? 아니 부기째도 저거 캔랭이 돼 봤어.
제도 캘링만 당가도 랍사라.
더 명예들이.
네.
나가서 다 쩌는데 지금 고소 미시단 통계로 봐. 대 많이 되네 봐.
네. 대대 가서 다 딜러 해봐야 말인데 가서 다 들어가서 나가야 되는 레기 되었어.
그래. 나도 남배 대작서 와. 알레 코니 맞아와요, 맞지? 코니 찔 좋았지만 맞아오지. 식당게 북한게 제가 보이지가 네 봐요래. 부모 관계 딱 공하고 보이지 네 봐요래.
So all the substances, you know, of the female like substance, like the egg, right? So that's the main substance of the female. So all the egg, you know, is able to, you know, produce a baby, or all the sperms, you know, of the man is able to produce a baby. Not necessary, right? If they don't have any problems, like if they have no problems in their substances, will they be able to produce a baby?
Usually.
In that case,
I think in this case, they were trying to correct a problem. I don't know if it was that they couldn't have a baby or that they thought that there would be a very bad physical deformity.
Oh, okay.
So they did, like, I think it was gene splicing
Uh-huh.
to correct the problem.
지내나 봐라.
진난다 가서 이제 또 유바디 열었다.
이봐.
진 사이드로. 다 되게 되네. 다 파제 뒤 마상은 지게 다 뒤견진에다 보고 속다 매바 보고 되네 계약이 되네 콘서 되네 통에는 가는 스테이지는 다디 진두자디 파피 되는 진짜 야고 야기면 야고잖아. 진 야고들 솔레는 되는 뒤치에서 갔다.
전에한테 가지도 매사까지 부모 부지도 맞죠. 가지 부모 맞지도 대가이나.
Oh, yeah, so that's the question also, right? So, and then another question Krishna says, why there's only in some family, you know, in some parents only give birth to boys, and some parents only give birth to girls. Like even though they want to have a boy, but they only give birth to girls, and some they only give birth to boys, and they want to have a girl, but they couldn't have. Why is it?
Do you know what?
Is it Y chromosome, X chromosome, on the father?
What is it?
Is the
For
Y?
female is 2X chromosome,
Yeah.
and male is XY chromosome.
Oh, I see.
So there could be something in the.
So what is chromosome exactly?
I
Part of
think it's
your
your
DNA.
genetic makeup or your DNA.
Uh-huh.
Part of your makeup.
So it's in the like blood and sperm, the egg and sperm.
Everything.
It is for the man, but the man determined that, that's why.
maybe 저 코알라 콘서된 코알라 지금 너무 다져라 코는 선생님들 그 지금 민샤서래 X랑 Y랑 되는 민샤서라 아니 뒤에 다 켜봐셔 버렸어. The X 망보이나 되는 보고 붙여야 돼. X 뉴 가서 Y 망보이는 보면 쳐야 돼. 이 뭐냐 켜봐셔. 또 콘서 세례가 딱 보러 차상 걸어다 되지. 소정을 사고 왔다.
Yeah, I don't know. This is also I don't know. 나도 갈라 나. 고녀.
All of this makes me think that the karmic connection almost supersedes the physical connection. You know, just that entity looking at the act. Because if we have this in vitro, you know, there's no actual, you know, physical connection, but there's still the karmic connection for that person to be born with these parents.
all the females go to one place.
Di
One
level
place.
ro.
Ah,
Tili nga zo le lo chara.
ah.
Ta nga zo le ge ta nga zo pomo ge le na le ma cha te le lo chara.
Ma
The
tada-
mid is killing you more than
저도 다 부모가 메시지를 가르치면서 마세요. 남주라요.
So yeah, that's very easy answer from Buddhism. What he just said is a very easy answer from Buddhism, but we have to explain, right? And then how do you explain that? I mean, other than that, it's really difficult to see the physical logics, to prove that.
근데 내가 나도 배워 메시지도 될어야 부모 쓰면 되죠. 보여지는 강가를 부모 자제만 붙지면도. 보고 부모서 보이니서 강가 부모 자제. 볼라 보이니 강가 부모 자제 되죠.
So there's a Tibetan family here, they have a children, they have daughters and sons, right? And then their daughters, the daughters and the children are all girls, and then the sons' children are all girls. So that their grandchildren are all girls. So two, three girls from one child and 2, 3 girls from other child. They have like 6, 7 grandchildren. They're all girls.
세다 남중아도 전에 부모지 부모지 왔어. 다 같이 다 부모지잖아. 당가 보지거든. 보지도 야 부모 젠 남자자 돼서.
So sometimes people have like a girl and then maybe a boy. The next one a boy, and then maybe a girl like that. But for some people they think they have a girl and then they have another girl and then they think, oh, I want to have a boy now. And then I come from another girl again. 3, 4, 5 girls like that.
근데 가실래야 부자자마다 야 부모 지명이 되려도.
And then some family only have like boys and no girls.
단순히 같이 딱 가지고 렌딩 대화 인바나 단다 구도 나오는 친구들 제가 채워 있는 나치 같이 좋아.
So that's the later in Gimbarada.
저 레드 대화 유지로 당아서 남지나 다 레드 대화 유지하기로 왔어.
Yeah, so definitely there's a karmic connection with that, right? Why only girls or why only boys? But then also there may be differences. That's the cause, right? The condition can be, the substances of the parents.
Okay. Now I will talk this. Yes.
I was wondering, at the moment of conception and in the womb, when you were talking about the visions that the fetus experiences, depending on the type of family, are these conceptual, are these thought, or are these just purely sensual? Is it purely just what's appearing to that being? Is there any thought process?
Some girls get shaggers.
더 콜스담 거다.
Some girls get shaggers, not the shaggers.
더 그런 나한테 샤기로 가지.
Some girls are not this, some girls are some girls.
그런 건데 제고도 상고 말아. 그런한테 샤기.
근데 그런 또봐 말아대. 그런 이거 똑바디 말아.
그런데
똑바 또 메시지랑 한다. 똑바 또.
배워 그 말다. 가자 강사 코나라. 다양 가서 로술 샤기는 가가로 와. 가지 강사대 코나대 샤기 그랬어.
이거 똑바 샤워래.
다 똑바서 나 바제 똑바는 이제 또미도 요 말아 고치. 다 가지 더 나와 연결을 가지.
근데 다 나와디 가려 간서 간저다 로라.
더 로지 더 가지.
로라.
딱.
So I mean,
강사 코나
it's not like
로들 현대 강사 코나 샤기로 왔어.
it's not like saying, okay, I want to see like that. It's not. It doesn't have that thought process, So saying that, oh, I want to, have a nice vision, of a celestial mansion. I want to have, and I don't, I don't care. I just want to be in the dark. Like it's not like that, it doesn't have that kind of conceptual thought, but it's like a vision that comes to them, through their karma, because of their own karma. They have that, because of their karma and where they're going to be born as. Then that's like a vision, showing that. What's the result of their karma that they're going to be experiencing. And so when they have that vision, I mean, that's also thought. That's a thought. That's a mind also. So without a mind, you will not have that vision. And so that is thought, but it's not like, so when we talk about conceptual, you're saying conceptual thought.
Should have said conceptual.
Yeah, so conceptual. So there's no non-conceptual there. Non-conceptual, there's no non-conceptual at that time, maybe, if it's like ordinary being, If it's a superior being, of course, in a different case, but ordinary beings will not have non-conceptual thought at that level.
I was trying to think, I know that.
It should be conceptual level, yeah.
Because at the moment of conception, life begins. But I was wondering when the fetus is able to actually start thinking. Because
드네 요 말, 드네 건데 내 튕기 코를 때요 말. 나 코를 다 라시고 나와들 연구해 들어.
Yeah, it doesn't have that power to say, oh, I want to think that, I want to do that like that. It doesn't have that power. It does have a conceptual thought. So the vision that it's having is, is the conceptual thought.
드네 야치네 드네 다당도 땡리야라 주니로나 아니 드네 다 수보도 때 온보도 때 드네 온보도 나라니 시바도 때는 가까이 온 거로 왔어.
So then, later we'll talk about when it goes to the 12 link of dependent origination, at that time then it process, the process go through when the body develops, right? And so then you will have a hair, you have limbs, you have ear, nose, and then you will have all these senses, the senses will develop, and then from there comes the sense consciousness.
다 나도 아니 마시게요. 바도 저기 야제발로 다 가지나 아니 땡데로 주니는 거 레스트네 다 디지털 상인가도 땡데로 주니 뜻이잖아요.
And so then how this is the process, like how we die and then we go through the ministry and then we take a birth and then what do we go through, like dependent on 12 link of dependent origination, from the birth and to aging and then death and then again going to the intermediate state and then taking birth. And so this is how we. It says like here, enter into cycle existence, right? Entering into the cycle existence through the 12 link of dependent origination.
When they talk about gross and subtle mind, at that point, is it only subtle mind?
됐다 semtam으로 semtam으로.
Yes.
다다든 sem라바도 용사가 오모션 돼 말하고.
So the gross mind, like has to depend on the sense consciousness. So senses have not developed yet.
So whatever weeks that the organs develop before that, it's only subtle.
Yeah.
Semtamoshaura.
Yeah, semtam. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, other questions? You don't have any questions? Not interested in that things? That's very.
About the anger that comes up when you see the mother and father, it says sleeping together. It's anger nauseates it. Why the anger?
그러나 든지기 든지기 뛰어져고 그러는데 든지기 뛰어지는 곳에 찾고 그러서.
뭐라도 가지 걸어서 그랬어.
다 그러나.
더 보기에는 포선을 걸어서 모선을 자겨라.
맞지 되네요. 다 이제 되게 골다가 차돌나거다. 이제 차돌나서 있어 봐.
It's like becoming jealous. It's like you see your wife sleeping with a guy there. not the wife. So you see a girl that you are very attached to sleeping with the other guy. So you'll have very strong anger towards the guy. It's a similar kind of feeling. So they hear your mind. You're attached. You're in an intermediate state, and when you're going to be born as a male, then you have attachment towards the female. And then when you see this male approaching to the female, and then you get angry, towards because you're attached to that, then you get angry towards the male, and that anger kills you.
Right. So then, is the reason why you become a man rather than a woman is because that karma from being angry?
No. Before he already karma.
Yeah, so he already has created a karma to be born as a male, right? So his karma is not created at that time.
Oh, it's not created.
Not at the he already has a created karma. That's like a condition, like because he has already karma to be born as a male, and then when he sees that, he already has that, right? So when he sees that, then he gets angry towards the male, and then that kills him.
나도 테레비를야 안에 붙게 돼도 부모께 대가가 여러 배. 군주께 시작해 봐.
So in science, do they talk about different substance for male and female? I mean, like the substance to be born as a male or substance to be born as a female. No.
Yeah, depending on some sperm are male and some sperm carry an X chromosome and some sperm carry a Y chromosome.
Uh-huh.
Whichever one of those goes will be whether it's boy or girl.
So it depends on the substance. Depends on
Yeah, it does depend on.
depends on the substance. Really.
The female has two X's and the male has XY. And some people theorize that the Y is a mutant X.
Hence
Say again? I had to throw that in there, sorry. But I wanted to ask, when the anger happens, it developed, if it is, it developed because it had to, it's like everything in evolution. But when the subtle mind is seeing this, it's not because the anger doesn't arise because the subtle mind is seeing something gross, and that's where some of the disgust comes from, because that's kind of what I thought at first, that it was just, your subtle mind sees this and says, oh, I don't want to go there, just like more samsara and gross body, and no, that's not it.
대도 책 말아.
대도 말해. 배나 거기 말에 배나 뭐라?
말 맞아 다들 즉 차박해도 되게 무서워. 차박해도 거 알다. 가서 찍을 차다 찍을 나야 이거 알다.
때때네 뭐.
일단 가서 셈탐도 다 패서 포제 뭐지니 통 아니 뭐다 폴라케나 단 몰라 착 포제 뭐천라 착 포젠들라 되는 당 띵어도 스테이지는 띵견지 가서 시거서 그러. 다들 바로도 시도 그러.
야, 바로 어떻게 고 된통로 그랬어.
그래. 그래 다 뒤도 가서 내가 다들 pe Gyume la rasha te pe dukja shu ma tele kyo lengi mala de samay
텐데 말. 콜레드 그만 사사요. 다 주에 깬다고 싶고.
No, at that time, of course, if it's ordinary being, we'll have, will be difficult to have that kind of situation, that kind of thought saying, oh, that's so, so nauseating, I'm so bad, I don't want to be born like that. That's not going to happen for ordinary beings if you are not accustomed with that kind of thought. And so, oh, this is samsara, this is suffering, and I don't want to be born. And if you already have that thought from before, long time before, and if your thought is accustomed with that, then it's maybe possible to, have that thought at that time. Otherwise, no, because you're so accustomed with the attachment, if you're going to be born as a male, you will be like inertially be attached, to the female, So like a male, gets nauseated, to the male's organ, and of course get attached, to the female organ. Then female gets nauseated, to the female organ, and normal female. So and again attached to the male organ, like that. So that's high, Then when that happens, when they see that. And then one get attachment, and then that causes the other who's approaching to that become angry to that, and then that anger kills it.
Yes. Some question?
Yeah, so I have two questions. So for the Bardo being, if the person who just passed away can enter, let's say, Tushita land,
Yes.
is this person still going to enter in Bardo state?
Part of the state.
Yeah. Pardon
Yes, you can enter. Yeah, enter into the part of the state, and then from there, be born up in the Tushita Pure Land.
배배잖아. 바도세도 거다 우쳐도 거 바도 tus다로 was. 다 드네 거. 야, 저보다 심하니까 째로 되네 요소 봐.
So yeah, so for that it doesn't take long time. It takes like very quickly, but it goes through that. Goes through it. Like, so from the moment that we die, like we stop breathing, and then when our consciousness leaves our body, then it's already in the next moment. It's already in the pardo, and then from there, and then if one has going to be born in the Pure Land, then it goes through that quickly. From there, quickly goes into the Pure Land.
And that's considered it's no longer in samsara.
The core.
고아들에 당한도 다시 제세로 나 고빵요 뭐다 가지 산적 공부 통역들이 여러 왔어. 받던들.
다들 마다 pardo kya 가서 여기 당신을 kya 랭데.
다 다시 그냥 거기도 다시 나가.
다 벌써 다 나도 투시다 센서 간델라. 근데 이거 초등 깨동이나. 거 매우 참으라.
근데 이거 지도 째는데 바지단 고타는 저렇다. 산지로 이러. 다 깨두지 마라.
말은 가서 미 주마 파이 kya 요라 하네.
근데 이거 지도 째나. 다시다 가들 째 요라.
간데 마 간데 이거 초도 당신을 kya 요라 가서.
다시 째 요라.
당신 깨서 그래.
대다 시다
당신 깨서
다시
상게 말아.
당신은 문제 제당 담을 못 와. 아니
다 만든 가서 남주 샘제 당신을 깨는 단데 상게데 제데는 쳐지는데 상게 요라는데. 어디서 야좀 잘도 끼어셔서 끼어셔 깨디다 면허전에 파 깨와이나. 근데 거방고 말하더라.
딱고 레당 투당 물론 니바 야부지나 고마 바는 그 제도 오지로 와.
네. 대화전에 끼어셔서
대화시 양 가시 양 바도 때라나 산제도 되네 요소로 받아.
되다 거방사라 요 말하더라. 뭐 뭐시나 다 당신을 깽을 쓰고 왔다.
당신 군들도 시단 담라 못 보여라. 간데 가도 나와. 자세 잔데도 가.
샘제 당신을 깨야줘라. 뒤서
대당 당 코마 봐가지 세달이야 다시 제대 요요스.
어디?
되네 라마든 제네 양조 냠네 제네 다 산제도 되네 요거로 봐.
그래 어디서
나 대우 소리.
뒤 거방요 말아.
코방에 말이야.
So you're not necessary to abandon samsara. So of course there's one way of saying to be born in the Pure Land means to be like free of samsara, which means like you're already enlightened, or you have overcome all the delusions. You have abandoned all the delusions. Then of course then you're no longer in samsara. So through that you are born in a Pure Land. So that's one way of saying it. But other way is like while being a sentient being, then through the powers of prayers and practice, then you can be born in the Pure Land before you are enlightened. You can be born in such and such Buddha's Pure Land, like Tushita Pure Land. And then, so when you're there, then you meet with the Buddha and you meet with the other teachers, and then through that you do practice there, and then you gain enlightenment there. So in that case, you are not free from samsara yet. You have not abandoned samsara.
But a better chance of practice.
That's right, yes, definitely. Better
yeah.
chance.
And the second half of my question is, let's say the Bardo being used to be a high lama or who dedicate their whole life practicing, try to like eliminate their anger. And let's say like after they meet their parents, while there still be anger, like they practice
The Lama, the Lama Zashimbuji, Lama Zashimbuji, then the Gongwa Zone, and the Pama, the Gyalingana, Nizamjadu, Majagola, Namshi, the Pama could Pama did the Kudan and Yam Jagora, in some Majagola, then Pamani, the Chawachava Tomata, then Kodona, the Negro.
Take over, the young course. Thing and not a chip and
Then more Amadilla, more de la Chat, and then Padilla, they down the Tigura.
They are young course, Kanga young course. Not a meteor, not a meteor, just the chair and the young course.
Yeah, so if one is going to be born as a human being, then yes, that's the process you have to go through.
Go the Chen Tego, Chen Marina going Maros.
Yeah, yes, that's the condition. You have to meet with the condition. Without the condition, you will not be born.
Yeah.
Penetone Sange, Tanu Pasa, Bugi, me number the Kiwaina.
The Mina Chevana, the Kevgala Tara Chego, Yan Kaji, Yanta, some
For the Sange, me number Kidono for Kondo and Rangamara.
Yan some of the Cheva, the Tagon, Sanjay, Mina Chevana, Yan some of the Chevaling in the Yorubas. Telayat could Tandanga Chetan Dandan in the Dokumar.
So it depends on, again, I guess, of course, depends on the realization of the Lama or practitioner. If it's like a Buddha, who has the power to be born intentionally, like we are born through the power of karma and delusion. The ordinary beings are born through the power of karma and delusion, but holy beings like in Buddha, they because they want to be born as such and such being to benefit others. Therefore, they intentionally they take a birth. In that case, they don't have to go through that. That's the difference. And then so in that case, you don't have to go through that. Like in the case of Buddha Shakyamuni, he was conceived, right? But he didn't have. We'll not say that. Oh, he had attachment to mothers, and the mother's sexual organ, and had anger to father's sexual organ. Like couldn't say that, right? So because Buddha will not have that. That would be like against him, and that would be wrong, to the logic saying that he's fully enlightened and doesn't have any delusions and so forth. So of course, in that case, so and then also like in the history, according to what he was born from the mother's armpit, right? He came out of mother's armpit, and it's not like they didn't have to do a surgery, cut through here, and then bring him out like that. And it's not like that. So in that kind of cases, of course, no, you don't have to have the anger and the attachment at the time of conception.
Okay.
Can I just say something? I think we're finding out too that the ideas about being male and female is really, they're just not as solid as we thought they were. So, I mean, a lot of this stuff is, like, I maybe someone can help me with this, but I read recently about a case of, I think he was a Revolutionary War general, and they exhumed his bones, I can't remember why, and one scientist said to the other, wait till you see his skeleton, it's going to blow your mind. And it did, because he had the pelvis of a woman. And so they think now they're doing all these tests, they can do DNA and everything, but they think that he was intersex. But there's no doubt, very little doubt that he, identified as male. So, we're asking, I think it's good we're asking these questions, but I think a lot of them are kind of just up in the air. Because we have fixed ideas, culturally, about what.
저 개미기 범목이 개미기 있어서 가서 수고기 루고기 숲다져라. 다 개미기 한거는 부냐 사이드스 루고지 요라데요라. 데루고데 녜마데네 거서 망미지 신에 된 거에 싸우는 루고 때문에 코루고들한테 그 망미다 미라 그렇지 뭐더라 포인트. 내가 콘도에다 라이트서 저런 따다 루고 따는 저런 항상 알았어. 가르쳐는 뭐네 개미기 루고도 있었어. 딱 뭐 용가 전디 오게 된 아주 개미기다 뭐 생각이 하게 루고져라 어디 들어고도 수도서 그래서 다들 항상 다 무슨 마음이라 다 마음이 침몰해서 그래 되게 루고라서 그래 되네서 다 뭐서는 다들 좋아되는 데 뭐는 캔서도 하고 하면 됐어요.
Yeah, there's some things we are not explained. Also some very funny things, some always we think something that doesn't want to come in.
But it's worth asking questions because it makes us think.
Yeah, good. We need to always ask questions. Then this question we always learn something. We just think, oh, also, that. Then we don't learn much. We all same level all the time. Yes.
So then what is the definition of a male and the definition of a female?
I don't know. Right? Then we have to check. Okay? Yeah.
It's not as up in the air, I mean, in that case, I think it was like a hermaphrodite.
That we have to check.
I think maybe somebody has a biology background here so they can, but I think a hermaphrodite, an animal that's a hermaphrodite, has to be able to reproduce. Right,
Yeah.
is that correct? So, but intersex people, we don't know, because I think they may be very different one from the other, so.
Yeah.
What an intersex person generally is they have 3 sets of chromosomes for the sex chromosomes. They have XX and Y, so they represent both male and female genetically. How it shows up as a person varies a lot, and I don't know what relationship that has to hermaphrodites or not. But
How do you say hermaphrodite?
Hermaphrodite?
What is that?
That's what
male and
Jennifer was
female
talking
genitals.
about.
Oh, I
that
see.
but that's different than sort of intersex, which is
Yeah.
more just a genetic.
너 볼모면.
폴로몬 디스가
볼모면.
Still based on the 2 sexes.
다 건조 가서 제나라 제지거든. 나도 제에서 코아스 그런 것도 코아지로 코아나는 건조 지금 여체에서 코아 X단 코아 Y 세대네. 아니 X 니는 봄모제 Y 니는 부제. 너네서 너네 찍어서 건조. 다른 컨셉 카시라 양데 X 니 있잖아요. Y 여반들은 봄이제요. 너네 찍거든.
Okay.
We have too much definition.
Just 2 being combined.
Okay. Anyway, this is something interesting. Okay. Something to interest discussion, 단 대처당가도 단 남자는 그가 제대로 로대거든 저거. Okay. Thank you. Now we stop. Next time we're going to talk about the 12 links, okay? If you have time, a little bit of study. This is a very interesting. 12 links.
link.
At least you can say the all 12 links.
12 dependent links.
Okay. Turn to page 39 of the prayer book, please. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do this in English because we're going to go quickly today. Oh, okay. Okay. Ground, perfume anointed, flowers strewn, Meru 4 lands, sun and moon adorned, seen as Buddha field and offered, thus may all sentient beings enjoy pure lands. May my venerable Lama's life be firm, his white divine actions spread in the 10 directions. May the torch of the teachings of Lobsang always remain, dispelling the darkness of all beings in the 3 realms. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious gurus. Page 43. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in life till samsara's end. And page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddhist state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. And we will end on page 75. Makes it well, I can do that. Sure. Lama Zopa. Yes, I was thinking. Okay. Thank you. All right. back to 49. Yeah. Short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as this bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majnu's devout doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers, honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. And now, we'll go to page 75. I'll do this in Tibetan. Migmet we te chen chen raising 3 me kempe wang po jam pel young gang chen kepe suge Tsongkhapa